Hey guys, Drew Burks here, and today I just finished doing a strategy call with a team on a project that we're launching here soon, and something came up that I wanted to share with you because I think it'll be valuable to you. So if you're planning a launch, right, it's so easy to get caught up in focusing all your time and effort on the actual launch, right? The product, the offer, the webinar. Most people use a webinar to sell that launch. Um, However, you really need to think about what goes into it before, right? And so everything needs to be congruent. So if you've ran any ads before, you know that people tell you that the ad copy, like the copy on the ad, needs to be congruent with the copy on the landing page, right? It's pretty given. But what I want to show you here is in this given launch that we're doing, we have 3 lead magnets and then a webinar registration, which is, of course, another type of lead magnet. What we've done is we created a lead magnet 1. So right here, lead magnet 1, lead magnet 2, lead magnet 3, and then the lead magnet 4, i.e. the webinar. What I want to show you here is this. Creating this page, then what we've done to really support and market this, we look at each lead magnet almost like a mini launch, right? Like a mini product launch formula type of thing. So we have the lead magnet here, and then leading up to that, so let's say that we're going to launch the lead magnet on, the 5th of the month, as an example. Then between the 1st and the 5th, we might have a series of blog posts. Might be 1 blog post, might be 2 or 3. Just depends on how much content you have or how much content you can create. So as to not overwhelm you and keep this very simple, it's a lead magnet, then there's a blog post. And then you also want to have a series of social media posts. And it's important that these posts, what you're doing on social media, be leading people to this blog post and or directly to the lead magnet opt-in. So you can go both ways. You can go to the blog post or to the lead magnet. What I might recommend you do is in the early days, like if you're launching this on the 5th, maybe the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, and 4th, right? Maybe that's all going to a blog post that's warming people up. And then on the 5th, when this releases, then you can go straight there. So, or if you just put this out, today, then you can create a blog post today or tomorrow. You can kind of go about it backwards, right? You can put the page up first, so it's there, and then you write the blog post and then use the social media to drive people to the blog post and direct to the lead magnet. But the point being is that you want to look at each one of these as a little mini launch because you're launching the lead magnet. And then, of course, you have ads going to that. And then same thing. If you do next week, you do lead magnet 2, you have the same type of thing. So all of this is congruent to lead magnet 1, this is congruent to lead magnet 2, this is congruent to lead magnet 3, this is congruent to lead magnet 4 or the webinar registration. Very important that you keep these focused so you can get the maximum amount of opt-ins and conversions that you can, and you're leading people down a path, right? It's like step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5 is 10, step 6 is buy, if you will. Now, one little neat trick here is what we used to do is on the thank you page here, we'd invite people to the webinar registration. And what we would get statistically is about 25%. So for every 100 people that opted in here, 25% would go on and opt into the webinar. What we're now doing that's working incredibly well, much better than we could have anticipated, is we're actually just one-click registering these people. And we're getting a much higher conversion than the 25% where if we had them actually go to the registration page and opt in. So we just give them a one-click registration. Now, another strategy that I've implemented a few times and has worked also very, very well is what we did is just when they opted in here, we just automatically registered them. So you can experiment, different audiences will react differently, but the one-click reg works very, very well because they're still in control, but it just makes their user experience much easier, much faster. And then once it gets to the webinar, I'm not going to go into what's beyond this in the launch plan, but I really wanted to focus on this because I see so many people messing this up. And it's important you put the time in to think this out. And honestly, this is probably where the majority of the work is. And then beyond here, obviously, it's attended and miss. And then there's a bunch more that goes on here. But today, this video is just about the pre-launch. All right, hope you found it helpful.